Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Elodie's Craft and Creations. This tutorial is part of the hashtag Christmas in July 2020 project collaboration, so make sure you check out the different projects made by the other artists too. They're below in the description. So welcome to this 5th video tutorial on how to make a vintage Christmas themed junk journal. Make sure you check out my other videos if you haven't done so. They're all in the same playlist. And as usual, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you like what I do, it really helps my channel out. So today we're going to work on our junk journal cover. Yay! As you can see here, I've made a very simple spine for our junk journals. So it's literally just pieces of cardboard that I cut to the right size, and for me it's 22 centimeters tall by 16.1 centimeter wide and a 4 centimeter spine. And I've just attached them together with tape. I am also cutting off this piece of cardboard that will act as our hidden spine. So this piece is just a tiny little bit smaller than our actual hidden spine. So as you can see, it's about 1 millimeter or 2 millimeters smaller so that it's easy to close it. And then here we have our three signatures that we're going to attach to this hidden spine. Now it's time to do the calculations for the hidden spine. So we have 3 signatures, so we're going to need to make 3 lines where our signatures are going to be. And then we want 3 holes per signature. I usually make one right in the middle, one about 1 centimeter off the top and 1 centimeter off the bottom. You need to keep in mind that our cover is sometimes bigger than the pages, which is the case here, so the holes need to be in the right spot. Here our cover is 1 centimeter larger than the pages in total, so there's 50 millimeters on each side. So I will trace my line 1.5 centimeters from the top and 1.5 from the bottom. Then we divide up our line by the number of signatures we have. In this case, we have 3 signatures. And this is where we're going to stitch our signatures to the inner cover. As usual, I am using a piece of paper. This is some just junk paper that I'm using, and this will help to stick the hidden cover, the hidden spine onto our junk journal. So I am here just folding it into to know where the center is, and we're going to glue it straight up on the center. I'm using tacky glue for this because it's a fast drying and it glues really well, and the important thing is to glue the part that is ugly, let's just call it ugly, onto our paper, because you're going to write on the other part and it's important to be able to read to see what you've done on the other side. Once this is done, we're going to cover up this ugly little paper with some beautiful Christmas themed cloth. I like to use cloth because it won't tear when you open and close your journal many times, whereas paper, especially wet paper from glue, might tear, and then it's really complicated to just make it look nice again. So here, everything that's textile, I use my textile glue. I think it works a lot better, and we're just going to glue it on the center as shown in the video. We're also going to glue the cloth around that cardboard piece so as to hide it. To make the holes in our hidden span, I use an owl, I think that's the name, it's poisson in French, as well as a padded envelope in which I add some foam. And then we're just going to punch wherever we crisscross our lines. The next step is to make the holes in our signatures as well, and for this we want them to be exactly the same as the ones we just punched. To do that, you can either make a model in which you write down exactly where you need to make the holes, or like I'm doing, just use your ruler and write down the dimensions. And for this I'm using the owl, A-W-L, a poisson, and a padded envelope with some foam in the middle to just punch the holes and not kill my table. For the book binding, I honestly use pretty much any thread I have. I prefer threads that are thicker, and here I have this beautiful red and gold thread that I thought would be perfect for binding my signatures. So I'm going to use a really thick needle in which it fits, you know, the thread fits, and then I'm going to cut off 3 lengths of our spine and cut them off, and this is times the number of signatures that you have to do. For the actual book binding, I don't want any thread in the middle, so I'm starting off at the back, going through the hidden spine and then through the signature right in our hole in the middle. And then I'm going to go either on the hole that's up or down, it really doesn't matter. You go through the signature and then through the hidden spine as well. Once you're at the back of the hidden spine, you're gonna go up on the opposite hole right at the top or the bottom of your hidden spine, and you're going to go and do exactly the same thing again. You're going to go through the hidden spine and through the signature and back into the middle hole again. So once we're here, just make sure it's nice and tight and just go through the signature and the back again to end up at the back of our hidden spine, sorry. And here we're going to pull really tight, make sure that everything is tightly fitted, and then we're going to make a nice little double knot around this thread here so that everything is secure. You can secure that knot with a drop of glue if you want, and then it's time to do all the other signatures. I thought for the central signature it would be nice to have the little threads hanging out in the middle and then maybe attach a little dangle at the bottom of this thread. So as you can see, I'm just finishing it off in the middle. I'm starting off in the middle instead of at the back, and here I am just making a little knot because the thread becomes entangled, and then I'm just securing it. Now that our signatures are secure, it's time to work on the cover. Usually this is the part where I tell you here is when you have to make your book cover, because it's important to know how much width your signatures are to make sure that your book cover is not too small. So we have all 3 signatures and our little book cover, and I'm pretty happy with how it's ended up. And now we're going to cover up this book cover. So I had this idea, I found this idea on Pinterest and I really liked it, so I made it. I did not videotape the whole process, but I will show you how I did it. So on Pinterest I found and printed out this template of a patchwork Christmas tree that I really liked. If you would like the link, please comment down below and I will see if I can find it again. And then I cut off the pieces in different fabrics. Make sure you cut off the pieces on the wrong side of the fabric. I had to redo this a few times. And then the idea is just to fill in, like you can see here in the video, all the pieces of fabric that have been hand sewn to this backdrop fabric with a little bit of what's inside cushions to give it a bit more dimension. Once the tree is finished, I am going to decorate it with a few stars. These are silver confetti I found in a shop. They're not sequins, so they did not have a hole in the middle. So what I did is I simply punched a hole in the middle with a sharp tool, and then I'm sewing them into the cover and secure them with a silver bead. And now that this is finished, let's just work on the rest of the cover. I wanted to add a pop of color behind our tree, and the best was definitely this bright red. So I just cut it off the sides and then glued it to our cover with some textile glue. To avoid the glue seeping through the fabric and making blotches or stains, I am using my paintbrush to thin out the glue. I have also seen people do this with their fingers, and that's entirely up to you. I am then using a card to remove any air bubbles and make sure that everything is nice and tight. For the back, I wanted to try something new, and I decided to do some patchwork, but this time with glue. I did not have huge lengths of these patches of Christmas fabric. I also could not take out my sewing machine at the time, so I decided to try gluing the pieces on the cardboard of my cover and then covering up the seams with ribbons, lace, and such things. Now that the patchwork is done, it's time to glue our little Christmas tree. For this I am using textile glue, and I'm going to put a hard something to make sure that all the pieces are well stuck to our cover. I am also going to secure all those little bits and pieces of lace and ribbon and stuff that are not yet glued onto this side of the cover. And for this I am using some pins to just keep them in place until the glue is dry. And finally, when this is all over, it's time to glue our hidden signature, our hidden spine, sorry, with all our signatures onto our cardboard cover. So for this, I'm going to use some textile glue and tacky glue, the strongest glue you have, and I'm just going to place them right in the middle and glue everything right there, bang in the middle. And you can use quite a lot of glue as well to make sure that everything is stuck and will not move at all. And we're going to put quite a lot of pressure on our signatures to make sure that everything is pretty even, the glue is even, and everything is really like as close to our cover as possible. And I'm going to put some elastic bands and just leave it overnight and do gravity do its work. On the next day, we're going to check our work. As you can see here, it didn't glue too well, so we're going to add a little bit of glue there, and then we're going to glue that piece of paper and the cloth to the cover. This helps for our cover, our hidden spine, to be really glued well to the cover, and we don't risk any, you know, anything just detaching or degluing or something like this while you're using it. We want it to be really safe and strong. Then I'm going to put back my elastic bands and just leave it to dry a little bit more. Let gravity do its thing again, and then we're going to work on the inner cover. So this is a few hours later. I've chosen some papers that I really like, that I thought would be really beautiful with these journals, and I'm going to cut them to size with my I don't know the name of this machine. It's not a guillotine, it's something else, and it helps to cut straight. Once this is all cut to size, I am going to use textile glue when there's textile and tacky glue when there's no textile. Then I'm going to push out any air bubbles. I usually like to use a little card for this. It's really helpful. And finally, we're going to cut and make little pockets. So I'm just cutting them to size, and then with tacky glue, I'm just going to glue them right on the edges to make little pockets. And to hide the little seams, I'm also doing a tiny little bit of going with my stamp there, inking the sides. And this is it, guys. This video is over, coming to an end. It's been a bit long. Do let me know if it's too long, if you had rather I cut it in half or something like this. I would love to know what you think. Also, do let me know if you like what we did here today, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video where we're gonna add the last bits and pieces on this journal to just finish it. So bye guys, see you really soon, bye.